Hello YouTubers, Jason here, bringing an update to the information I shared in a previous video regarding a Noble Energy Intelligence Analyst. This isn't necessarily directly related to him, but it seems as though there's some circumstantial evidence pointing in that fact, and pointing in that direction, and I'll review that here in just a moment. It's Wednesday, 28th of May, approximately 2 o'clock in the afternoon. On the 9th of May, I received a video link from Brooklyn, who is not a friend or otherwise, and if one views Brooklyn's personal site, they have no activity, no videos, no comments, which suggests to me that this is probably a front for someone else to anonymously conceal their identity and make use of this particular online tool. The video they sent was titled Hitman in Real Life. It's a video put on by Public Prank Compilation, I suspect is what they're trying to spell here, and incorrectly, and I'm not suggesting that these folks are connected with why this was sent to me, but it did strike me as odd. I watched the video all the way through and dismissed the event as something of an anomaly until I was reading on another forum regarding another issue, in this particular case unrelated to activities that I'm involved with. But this particular user made a comment about receiving a YouTube video of a hitman, and it caught my attention such that I made contact with an associate, if you will, in the fractivist world, and asked a specific question of him. Simply said here, and I'll read it. I didn't give this much thought, and it's a link of the video below, until I saw it spoken of on another forum. Specifically, this person mentioned receiving an anonymous forward. It then occurred to me that perhaps certain entrenched interests were using this tactic as something of a warning to back off or down. I intend on doing neither. In fact, it only emboldens me more. If you've received something similar, I'd love to compare notes. If not, then simply file it away in the event you or another does. If this is a veiled threat at physical harm, then I can only deduce these entrenched interests are getting desperate. The response that I received from Shane Davis was in the affirmative. Yes, this video has been sent to a number of us. We filed it under violent threats in the reporting via YouTube as a standard procedure, then filed the screenshots for any future reference. One of our 14-year-old advocates received it as well. I have a few other teams on skip tracing, and we deem this as an issue we will not take lightly. Desperation indeed breeds mistakes, and that's the beauty of our effectiveness. You can see what Shane is involved with, and I suspect that it's probably something related to what I've been involved with. So the fundamental question, who is Brooklyn? Who is behind Brooklyn? Why are they using this video to potentially intimidate people? I recently flagged the video and reported it under, believe, violent or repulsive content. And made a note that it was being used to threaten environmental activists, for what that's worth. So then this video is to document these websites, these emails. I often lose emails. I won't say strangely. I'm sure there's a good reason and explanation for it. But I wanted to make sure that there was some off-computer documentation. My wife and I lost triple backups when we went through the flood. So YouTube provides at least in the sky saving of this. And on the advice of a security expert, and I won't reveal his particular identity, but with regard to issues such as this, I trust his insight above probably many, if not all others. And his essential message to me, from his background of multiple decades in special forces as an officer and Green Beret, that the best tactic for us to take in this particular position is to simply be public about the information. So if something were to happen to me, to my wife, to our extended family, then this is very clearly documented. And in hopes that it provides at least some trail for people to make sense of what might have been an accidental death or accidental occurrence. My hope is that it's simply some kids fooling around and don't understand the implications of what they're getting into. My suspicion is that's not the case. And this security expert explained the possibility of certain entrenched interests becoming quite violent if they suspect that their profit streams are being interfered with. So that's all I have to share. I wanted to make this a relatively short video, but capture some of the essential points. And if any of you are experiencing something similar,